Scene editor helps to manage the scene, objects, the layers, animations, materials, hierarchies, with a type of symbolic kind of interface. In TrueSpace it's smaller, but it's very functional. We can open up the hierarchically retrobody object, and we go all the way down to lower arm, no, in a tree view, and then we can manipulate that object. And again, in animation part of Scene Editor, we can then set up the time in frames to 40 frames. And now we move to the different time, and we still have the object selected. So if we move it, if we reposition the arm with the rotational widget up, immediately you can see that we have created a little animation, 2 keyframes in the blue track, 40 frames apart, and we can now drag the time cursor through the animation part and to the frame about 17 and create another scaling keyframe, which immediately is displayed on the track view, and we can replay this animation using the play button, kind of like on a VCR we would be able to. So we can pretty deep down in the hierarchy, but we can close the hierarchy and select another object. We'll select the NURBS object, which has 2 sub-objects. This is to show that any type of object can be handled in Scene Editor. So we select one of the sub-objects of this NURB object. We'll create a keyframe for it. Just move the black mouth kind of this word object, and immediately TrueSpace creates a keyframe. We can see it, 2 keyframes again between 2 and 23 or so, and we can replay the scene, the animation we have created. So far now we see that arm is moving and also the mouth of word is scaling up. Finally, for third object, which is horns, we can move it up, and this time we will assign it as physical based animations. First we give it the rubber materials, and we'll give it a little forward velocity, and by simply starting the simulation, by pressing the simulation icon, you can see immediately in the Scene Editor that physics is generating keyframe for every frame on a timeline, and it just keeps going. We'll let it going up until it hits the ground. You can see the other parts of the animations are still going on, and we'll stop it right now. So you can see that this particular track is longer than the other 2, and again we can replay the scene, and we can see now 3 objects are moving. And what is interesting is that this particular object, which was generated by physics, is generating, like we said, every frame a keyframe, but we can go and on the top we can select the path, animation path, which the physics generated automatically. Maybe we can move a little bit to get a better look at that path. As you can see, it's pretty tight but it's following the physical properties of the dropping object, but we can add to it using context drawing tools for animations, and we can draw right into this workspace and enhance the path. And of course we trying to look at that in a Scene Editor, but we cannot really see the end of the path. That's because I forgot to zoom out, and now you can see on the right side of the track view there's 4 additional keyframes which are manually added. So we have everything. We have hierarchical animation, NURBS, physical, and manually extended physical path. The Scene Editor is a pretty versatile tool.